Hello everybody, and this is the second part of the password protected pages or site. And this will be dedicated to a couple of developers that were asking me about how can we scale this. It's actually easy, but you do need to understand associative array. So let me explain. Right now, as you already tested on your own sites, you were able obviously you gotta see the first video, so you know the rest of the code here. But for the developers, you can see that you'll need this widget for each page that you want to password protect. And the question was, how can you create one widget that you can set which ones you want to protect with their corresponding password and URL where they point to and whatnot. Okay, so in case the associative arrays is too big here, let me explain it quickly, okay? So let's go here and create a new one. We're gonna create a new one called uh, protected page. Create an array, and this is super easy. And here's put, where we put the page, we'll put the page, and then we'll do the following. One array, and here's where we put uh, password, okay? And we say the password is secret, and the URL, let's just say URL. We will all understand that it's a redirect URL. And we're just gonna copy this here. And that was it. This will now replace this two, okay? But it can now offer people the possibility to just put a comma here, copy this whole thing, like put another page, another page, another page, another page, and each page has its own password and its own URL where it's supposed to be redirecting in case they fail. Let's just do one so you can understand how this whole thing works. This is an associative array. So right now for the password, in order for me to get to the password, I need to do the following. Protected page. Here's where the page would be, and here's where the password would be. Okay, this, if I search for it, would be the same as this one. So I gotta replace everywhere that I actually use the password for in the page for this new one that I have here. Okay, so we can effectively delete these two, just delete them. And we don't actually all three. We don't even need the page URL. Page URL, redirect URL, password. Okay, I gotta remember that because we're gonna be deleting a lot. So let's just go down here and first we have the redirect URL here. So we're gonna create a dynamic call to that associated array and put it here. How do we do that? How the hell do we do that? We just copy these here. That's it. That's basically all that you do. And this one you put URL. Okay, that's all. You copy that. Actually, let's put a validation here. We're gonna say if this basically exists, then redirect. What the hell did I call it? Redirect URL. Okay. Redirect URL is equal to all that. Okay. Else redirect URL equals to the home page, for example. And just in case so people don't have to scroll down here, we'll just say default redirect URL, which would be this one. What am I doing? Why am I doing this? Because if the page they visit it's not in the list of pages that get password protected, it'll fail and give them an error. You don't want that. So let's put that here. So if it is, it uses whatever they put there. If it's not, it uses the default one. Okay, so they always get out of the password protected page in case they want to like do something bad there or whatnot. Okay, so we got that code there. Here's the title, subtitle, and this is the part about the redirect URL. If the page is not there, it'll always redirect over here, so we don't have to change anything here. We do, however, need to change. Let's copy this because I'm lazy. This part down here. So we're gonna say if the page that we're on, is found, okay, it's found somewhere here on the protected page, or basically in array. We say if this is inside the array, and I'm gonna double check. This is how I always double check because PHP is a very inconsistent language. Needle in the haystack. Beautiful. Okay, so the needle would be this, which tells me which page you're on, and the haystack or the array is, this thing here. We can actually do it like this. We don't need to skip a couple of things there. There we go. So if this is inside the protected page, based on the structure that we have here, then do everything down here. So the password needs to be, as you figure that out, it needs to be the one that they set here, the password field above. Okay. And that, in theory, should be it. We're just gonna double check. So here's the page, here's the about. Okay, in theory, if I save this, to clear cache, as always, remember to clear cache. And then we go to the about section. So if I click there, it's supposed to ask me for a password. It failed, something broke. Let's figure out what it is. Okay, I can see that I use URL here different. Let's just modify all this URL so they're the letters. I mean, default redirect URL, default URL, the default redirect URL. And this one down here is default redirect URL. Okay, let's refresh. Let me see what else is wrong. Okay, I'm also missing it. There we go. Just little typos. Refresh. Oh, okay, nothing bad here. Found it. Wrong symbol. Just I can't see them properly here. There we go. Okay, so we got it fixed, but it's doing it backwards. Probably because I'm checking the value of the array instead of the actual key. So that's fixed with, if I'm not mistaken, array key exists. Beautiful, there we go. Okay, so we got, and let's check the secret, obviously. Great, great. Okay, so we got the secret there too. That's working fine. If we go to the home page, we get this thing here, but if we click on the about, which is the one that we have here, it doesn't work. Okay, let's go back. Or actually just click outside and it should actually redirect me to the home page. Let's test another one. So we're going to a section called science. Okay, beautiful. Science. Let's add that new page here. So we put a comma, copy this whole thing, and we just add science. And for science, the password is tomato. There we go. And it redirects to the same page, for example. We save it. We refresh here and we get the same thing. We can put something there. If it doesn't work, okay, it'll come back here until we put tomato. We put tomato, we're able to see the actual page. See? So now we can scale this as many pages, specific pages that we would want uh, to be password protected. You can see the page here and then the associative password, associative URL to it, and that's it. And you can keep on scaling this, but this is what I was telling when I said on the previous video associative arrays, so it would be easier to scale this. By doing this, what you're saving, well, you're obviously you're saving um, the fact that this is easier than the original one, but two, you're saving the fact that you don't need to copy this widget as many times as possible. There's something called the KISS principle, okay, which is, keep it simple, dumbass. And it's if you in programming, if you repeat the code too many times or two, three more times it's the same code basically, then you're doing something wrong. Normally there's functions for that, methods for that, uh, uh, structural ways of coding it so you don't have to do that and you can scale. Always think about scaling this for the owner of the site. And that's it. That's all that you needed to change. So hopefully this helped everybody. Think positive as always, and goodbye.